Welcome to Life in Alignment, the podcast for men looking to balance career ambition with personal fulfillment. Hosted by Naftali Anderson, certified executive coach, trainer, and speaker. With a background in engineering and a passion for the arts, Naftali has successfully navigated the corporate world since 2006, having led multiple teams and leadership programs. In each episode, we dive deep into the challenges and triumphs of finding meaning and happiness while navigating the fast-paced corporate world, all geared towards overcoming the challenges you face as a man. We explore confidence, leadership, and emotional mastery, providing actionable insights and real-life examples to help you thrive. If you've wanted alignment in your life, this is your podcast. Join us as we uncover the secrets to achieving inner peace, strong relationships, and authentic self-expression. Here's your host, Naftali Anderson.
I think we can all admit that life can get a bit crazy at times. It can definitely catch you off guard. You know how sometimes you just feel like something is just off. I call it most of the time being in a funk. Like your motivation is low, your focus sucks, and you feel like something is just not right. Like when that feeling comes over you and maybe you're in it now. I want you to ask yourself one question. The question being, where am I? Or better yet, when am I? There's about a 99.9% chance that you are not in the moment. Your mind and your body are in two completely different places, two different time frames. I know because honestly, I've been there. In fact, I've kind of been there for like the last 2 weeks or so. But this is exactly why I do what I do. This is why I come on here and talk. This is why I dig into different theories and philosophies and other things like that, because I had to learn to continue to master my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings, so I don't get so stuck or get just lost in the darkness, lost in the pit. But it's like, you look one way and the past seemed to be filled with so much pain and disappointment. And like for me, I may ask things like, okay, like why did two of my siblings die? Like, why couldn't I have a healthy relationship with my father instead of feeling like I was disowned? Why did they abandon me when I needed them most? Why did they stab me in the back? Why did it seem like I'm circling the walls of Jericho, but it just won't fall down? I'm tired. I don't want to play the game anymore. And we can fall into this place. We can fall into this place where we feel so defeated, where, we're taking measure of all our battle scars. We're reviewing them. We're looking at them. We're examining them. But then we look the other way, right? And we feel like we're so off track from where we thought we should be or would be in our future. We picture this future that would, quote unquote, have happened if we did things maybe just a little bit different. Maybe if we fought a little harder here, or maybe if we quit something a little faster over here. If only we had made that decision at this point, or we made this decision over here, then everything would be so different. And you know what? Maybe it would have. Maybe it would have. But the problem is that both ways of looking at life just leaves us just stuck and just falling into this deeper and deeper and deeper levels of depression and anxiety. And you're using your greatest asset, your imagination, against yourself. You're using it as actually a weapon and actively destroying yourself. And your mind, which just takes in the pictures, whether it be from what you believe that you see in life or what you imagine in your mind, the pictures that you're sending it or having in that space, your mind doesn't know the difference. It doesn't realize all these things that you're imagining, all this destruction, all this pain that you're reliving, or this future pain that you haven't even actually gone through. Your mind doesn't realize it, and it just experiences it as now. It doesn't know the difference, which is crazy to think about. But we have to learn to come back to the moment. We have to learn to bring power into the situation. And the only way to do that is to focus on the now, right? We do that by taking an assessment of what is. Like, we just take time to look at the facts. Okay, the facts of everything that you have going on in your life. Yes, that person is gone. Yes, that person made other decisions in their life. Yes, this is my current situation. But always remember one thing. Always remember that nothing actually has meaning until we give it one. For example, getting a flat tire on the way to work could easily be seen as a bad thing. This is a negative thing. Probably pissed off, probably very frustrated. Right now, you're going to be late. Boss is going to be mad, etc., etc. Until you realize something. Until you realize getting that flat actually saved you from being part of a big accident, a 10-car pileup 2 blocks away. Then all of a sudden, that flat, which was a bad negative thing, is a blessing and possibly saved your life. Getting the flat in itself wasn't necessarily good or bad. We gave it meaning. And we usually give things meaning based on what we believe it means to our life moving forward, sometime in the future. Right? How is this thing going to impact my future? Do I think it's going to bring me more pain, more heartache, more struggle? Then it's a bad thing. But we can't tell the future. So all these things that we may deem as bad could honestly be a positive thing. We don't know. So all the meanings that we give are really nothing. They're meaningless. Except we take that belief into our lives moment by moment and we act from that negative space, creating more negative. But if we just take the facts, right? If we just take the facts, then we look at where we ideally want to go. What do we want to create? Where do we really want to point our lives? We can take that information and we can actually start to make a plan using what is in our lives now. Right? Then we can start taking steps towards that ideal destination. It may not be what you thought it would look like 5 years ago, but that doesn't mean you can't make tomorrow better. It doesn't mean you can't make 5 years from now better. But we have to look at where we are now. That's when we step back into power. This allows our mind to start creating images that actually excite us and bring energy levels up, and we start to feel good again. We start to get that hope. We start to get that confidence again. And everything else in the past is just data. It's just things that we can use to learn from of what worked and what didn't work, who we can depend on and who we can't depend on. And we can make all of that have a positive meaning if we choose. Sometimes this is a little hard, I'll be honest with you, but it's a choice either way. We are human and we will fall into a slump, every once in a while. But the thing is that we can't stay there. Okay. We definitely cannot stay there. I fell into a slump because there were some things that I had planned on. I worked hard to try to make it happen and it just didn't work out. And I got very frustrated. And then honestly, just being tired, a lot of other things are going on. It just made it that much harder for me to bring myself back into a powerful place. It was a challenge to step back into the now. And when that happens, you need to pour into yourself. And what I mean by that, talking to friends that speak positively, that speak life into you, that speak hope, that speak confidence into you. Read books that bring that side out of you, that connect with the bigger vision, that remind you of who you are, that remind you of what you're capable of. Listen to podcasts, go to meetings with others that are also trying to grow and overcoming obstacles. Really, anything that helps you to refocus on your power, that's something that you need to just let pour into you until you start to receive that energy, that vibe. But at the end of the day, like, you just can't fight what is, right? You can't sit there and just wish life was different because that just leaves you stuck. It's funny because it's like I was having this conversation with my wife, and we had mentioned that sometimes when we're going through a process, when we start the process, we see the good, we see the goal, we see what we want. But then as you get through the process, as you're going through the process, as you're hitting challenges, as you're running into obstacles, it's kind of like, I never would have started if I knew it was going to take all this. And I've heard that so many times from different entrepreneurs, different books that I've read, different leaders that I've listened to. And that's just a part of life. For us to really grow and to become all that we were meant to be, for us to reach our highest self, for us to fulfill the mission or purpose or vision that we have of life, we are going to run into many obstacles. We're going to run into many struggles. We will be tested, if you will. We will have to grow. And the only thing that allows us to grow is struggle. The blessings are there so we can get a little bit of rest in between the struggle. But also, the struggle makes us really take account that gratitude, being gracious for the good, because we know what the pain feels like. If everything was all sunshine and roses and bunnies and rainbows all the time, you wouldn't really appreciate it. Like people say, you need the rain to appreciate the sun. I love both, honestly, but you get what I'm saying. But all in all, you have to use the now, the moment, the present, that gift to create what you desire. Because this is the only truth. Now is the only truth. All the destruction, imagining is more of a lie because it creates stories that you don't even know whether it's true or not. Honestly, most of our memories are impacted by our emotional state. Based on the emotions that we're feeling at the time, or the emotions that we thought we were feeling when something happened, it's going to taint how that memory is replayed in our mind. So we never truly see an exact replica of what we experienced. So the most powerful thing that you can do at any moment in your life, but especially when you're feeling that sense of overwhelm, especially when you're feeling that sense of defeat, is just assess the facts. See what's going on now. Accept. Accept what is. Accept the decisions that you've made, that others have made. Accept what the situation is right now. Neither good nor bad, it just is. Then you activate your vision. Look at where you want to go from here, from this moment. Now that you're standing on the facts, now that you're looking at the truth, where do you want to go? And then just take action. Start taking small steps now. Start sowing those seeds. Start creating that ideal vision, that ideal future that you're aiming towards. So assess, accept, activate, and action. That's what brings your power back. And that's how you move forward out of these situations. And if this resonated with you, definitely show some love in the ratings and also drop your thoughts in the comments because I would love to hear from you and what you're thinking. I'd love to hear how this has helped you. But until next time, this is Naftali reminding you when you master yourself, you master your world. Be the revolution you need today.